What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Study Hall here on UFS University. My name is Tam, and I'm joined by this fantastic crew. To my immediate left, I've got Cody Johnson. How are you, buddy?
Why don't you start on the right? Go in a circle. Why do you got to ruin the circle?
Left. Cody, how are you?
Hi, I'm Cody.
Hey, how's your week in UFS been?
Very abysmal. In terms of I haven't.
You can also say non-existent like I'm about to.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Non-existent.
I think the biggest thing you've done in UFS is give me back a deck.
Yep. It was a proud moment of my life.
It was a deck you've held on to for about a month. When did Soul Calibur or when Street Fighter versus Darkstalkers come out?
I don't know, a while ago.
It's been long.
A little over.
Yeah. It's been hanging on to a Vega deck for a whole month.
Whoa.
It's been real rad.
Or Melina.
It's been it's been real rad. To his left, I've got Oliver. How are you, buddy?
Oh, pretty good.
Into the mic. It's got like you're deep-throating it.
Pretty much. I've been rebuilding Chun-Li.
Under what symbol?
I've been trying all her symbols, but I've been mainly working on good. I've just been tearing it down, building it up again, all that good stuff. I rebuilt Sub-Zero because I really wanted to play Sub-Zero, but I played Vicious instead at Nationals.
I need you to take and just move your microphone.
Okay. That is totally a thing you can do. You're allowed to do whatever you want with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Why'd you decide to play Vicious? Because he's awesome.
In the series. I watched Cowboy Bebop, and I love Vicious as a character, so I just played Vicious.
The Edgelord. And to my right, I've got Tyler Clark. How are you, man?
I'm doing great.
How's your week in UFS been?
Non-existent.
You haven't anything? You haven't touched Gil? You haven't done whatever?
No.
You almost made Snake Man.
Did I touch Gil? Did I play a game with James? I don't think I did.
I know you and him were slinging Goro decks back and forth at each other.
We did do that. I did build a Goro and play it. His Goro deck is a lot funner than mine.
More fun.
It's funner.
He was doing air ground smash Goro, right?
Yeah.
Funner is a word in this university.
So it is. Fuck you. Yeah, he built an air ground deck Goro, air ground smash deck Goro, which you might be thinking
Draws 4 cards.
I'm sure your first thought's probably it doesn't share any of those symbols, and Goro doesn't have water, so how is he drawing any cards? Well, that's why this deck is fun.
Are we adding symbols to Goro?
Yes,
we are.
What's the card that allows it to add symbols?
Elemental techniques.
What does that do?
E-commit if you're fire or earth attack. E-commit fire or earth.
You have no idea.
Your character gains a resource symbol. Oh, that's something. It gives your character a resource symbol. That's all I know.
So you played on Fatality.
Yeah.
You pick a Fatality. You play it.
You give Fatality earth, fire, water. Because it has to have fire and earth, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Do we also get to play Getaway Fire?
We do.
Yes.
We can. Yeah, because we'll have water now.
I like drawing 8 cards instead of 4.
Yeah. My biggest issue is who fucking cares? Just play Jackie.
Hey, shut up.
You know who already draws an additional card? Jackie.
She draws an additional 3 cards.
Every turn.
Every
turn. Nobody's gonna out of your league it. And if they do, you probably lost. So
I don't believe that. Could you imagine if Jackie goes to like 0 and you can kill them in your hand and you just have an out of your league and you're just like, yeah, you don't get to draw cards.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I was terrified of that.
I think I've locked in Faye. I think I'm just gonna grind out matches. Getting pumped for the PTC. You just playing Gil, or are you gonna try this Goro deck?
I think I'm gonna play Gil. This Goro deck was like okay.
Yeah.
It was. It's like looking at it. The only new card that got added to it was Kin's or Violent Tatsumaki.
Yeah.
And
that card was actually insane in him.
Yeah.
That card was
like
really
fun.
nuts.
It's like really cool with like Shadow of Death, and then you play it at the end of your chain, and then just remove your 0 cards from your hand.
Yeah.
I think it was fun, but like, bleh.
I dig that card a lot, actually.
I also think it's really funny to picture Goro doing a Violent Tatsumaki.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, I think you should just play Gil, honestly.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Let's grind it out tonight. Let's do it.
We'll see.
Yeah, you have to edit a video now.
Yeah.
What Study Hall is for the unenrolled is we've taken a bunch of your guys' UFS topics as well as some of our own, and we sit down and we discuss them for your amusement, entertainment, and knowledge. So with that, I want to say a big shout out to one of our sponsors, Panda Express. We went and got dinner there tonight. And so Panda Express, I'd like for you to give me $5 on Patreon.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
I don't think it's gonna happen either.
It's $15 for a subscription.
Oh, right. $15 for the shout-outs. Senior tier, Panda Express.
Hey man, I'll sold out to Panda all day, every day.
Yeah. If you want your topics out on the show, jump on Patreon. Got a bunch of cool stuff. And I want to give a shout out. If anybody here plays the game Yu-Gi-Oh, we've actually recently started another podcast called Yu-Gi-Oh University, YGO University. You can find it on our Patreon as well as its own YouTube channel. So if you're interested in that, jump out there too. The first topic that I want to talk about is a staple here whenever a new set comes out, and that is how do you beat? And the character that I want to beat today is Donovan. For all of us who don't know, here's what Donovan says. After he's like a 629. I'm positive. Julie, could you look up Donovan?
He's 629.
He's 629. All death order, and he says after an attack is blocked, draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
Enhance committed foundation twice per turn. This attack is plus X damage or minus X damage. X equals the number of keywords. Have you played against the Donovan deck at all?
Yeah, actually I have. I played against Barrett.
Barrett, yeah.
Yeah, Barrett made a Donovan deck, and I've played against it at least 4 times.
Okay.
I haven't recently played against it, so I'm not sure if he's changed it. But yeah, his deck was like that mid-range deck.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, he pretty much just he waited till he got combo pieces, and then he just hit you for damage.
Totally.
He played a couple reversals, I think, when he first built it, and yeah, just overall mid range.
What was the combo that he kills you with?
From Hell.
Yeah.
He plays a bunch of Scorpions cards because a lot of Scorpions cards say if you don't block, then this happens. And Donovan says if you do block, he draws a card. And so he punished you for not blocking. He played things like
takedown. Yeah,
takedown, and just like a bunch of really cool. Did you know that like Demon Grab has like 4 or 5 keywords, and so just commit a foundation, give that thing like +4 damage, and now you want to block it, and if you don't block it, his next tech is damage. If you do block it, you'll burn for life and take extra. Like,
does he still play? Does he just play Spregio, or does he also play Skull Barrier?
I don't remember which of those hand traps he plays.
I would say he'd play Spregio over. Draw more cards.
Yeah, but Skull Barrier's defensive capabilities of being like, hey, just abort that attack is very, very good. Especially in a deck that I don't remember him using momentum very much. I think the main thing he used momentum for was speed on From Hells.
Yeah, that's really how he just killed me every time. He just uses momentum for speed.
And him still drawing a card off of a Spregio or hitting you for 3-4 X damage, depending on what he has in staging area, is still very good.
2 extra cards.
Yeah. What about you? Have you fought Donovan at all?
I haven't, but it sounds like Gil would be a pretty alright matchup against it.
Yes, I totally agree. I think limiting your keywords is very good against Donovan.
That and then the plus speed. You get it harder from the block.
Yeah, totally.
That's his entire game plan, is I'm going to block this attack.
Very much so. I think Donovan is one of those characters that survives mid to late. And so if you can just rush him down and kill him before he gets his defensive pieces out, or his ability to block everything, because as long as he can block one thing, as long as he draws a card with a block, he will block. That's just how Barrett has set up that deck to work. Excuse me. And he's playing on the death symbol. He's not even playing under all, which is better at drawing cards. He's not playing under order, which is better at like resetting stats and controlling the board. He's just like, he's playing under this symbol that's just like damned if you do, damned if you don't, on this blocking mechanic. So I think you gotta jump in Gil really hard. Sorry, not Gil, Donovan. Sorry, you have to jump on Donovan really hard, and hopefully he, on one of his blocks, he draws an on-block, which he probably isn't playing very many of.
So has Donovan beat like most 7-handers then?
Yes. The only 7-hander that was consistently wrecking him was Lord Raptor, because of the other thing that he can't really handle, which is Flash.
Yep.
He's a lot of. So Donovan actually doesn't do anything defensively because the minus damage doesn't really matter. He wants to block things, and committing foundations for minus damage is not very good when you want to block stuff. And so a lot of his foundations were controlling the board from the board. So if you get rid of the enhanced step, or you tap down his entire board with like a Coffee Sama Missile Launcher, some crazy stun deck like a Ancestral Quiver or something like that, it's very good.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like the Flash deck is really good. I like Lord Raptor a lot just because you just basically tell your opponent that they're not allowed to play half of the game.
Yeah, totally.
They get to play you get to play a starter deck and I get to interact.
Yeah, it's really crazy because like we had Bang in that deck whenever you made it and then I stole it because that's all I can fucking do with decks. And I was like, man, Bang's really, really bad because I don't get to play Bang on my turn. But then I was like, wait a minute, my character says that your character doesn't work because of the attack base I'm running. All of my flash attacks you don't get to interact with. Like there aren't very many responses on characters, or responses that matter.
And even like things like Molina, if they like give your attack flash, you're just like,
well, they won't.
Yeah. It's like
They just won't.
Your character's super irrelevant. Like
Yeah, you can't enhance. The only thing you do is pay 3 to maybe dip a card.
Yeah. That's what I felt when I was playing against Barrett. Like I ran Edenian Royalty. So whenever he would just go sling an attack, I know he's going to sling another one at some point. Just destroyed, made his attack flash.
Yeah.
That made one attack irrelevant, and now I could deal with the rest of them.
Totally.
Also, Flameaura was really a good friend against Donovan.
Flameaura was really good in Donovan too.
Yeah.
So just expect that card.
Yeah, he ran that as well.
Also, anybody with From Hell is like your main kill condition. Flameaura is nuts against.
Yes, absolutely. Mm-hmm. I think another thing that you do against Donovan, if you can muster it, is just not block. He only and you don't ever want to partial block against him. Like you have to full block or just don't block. If you partial block, you'll die. Which is why that Donovan with throws is so scary. Because of him drawing off of those throws, even when you do full block, he still gets that chip damage. He still like gets to advance the game and keep that tempo, keep that advantage.
He wants to put you in awkward positions so that way his kill turn is so much easier.
Totally. And one of my favorite things about Donovan, and we touched on this a little bit as we do these things. Donovan doesn't have any support.
No.
Donovan does not have a single card printed out of his toolkit from Street Fighter versus Darkstalkers. He's got some stuff from the original 10s, which is why Tyler waved his hand.
I did it mainly because of his action.
You're right. Donovan has one card.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Does it have all 3 of his symbols?
Absolutely it does.
Okay.
Yep.
I wasn't sure if it was like it had one symbol off.
What is the Donovan action?
Oh, buddy. The Donovan action is nutty. It's a 1/5 with a 1 mid block.
Is it the red?
Yeah, it's the red demon.
Yeah, it's the red demon
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that card's good.
Yeah, that card's very good. It says response card, pull after you block with this card, remove it from the game and draw a card.
Draw a card. Yep.
And it also says enhance, remove, reduce, plus X or minus X is the number of keywords, and then
Demon Realm Awakening,
and then draw a card. And if you're at deadlock, if your opponent's at deadlock, add another copy of this from your discard pile to your hand.
Yep.
That's really good. It's really, really good. And so that's a draw too in Donovan when you block. So that's pretty good.
That you'd be playing him on death, right?
You can play him under all 3 of his symbols. That card has all 3.
Oh no, wait. You can't play. Never mind.
Why?
Well, you get to play my favorite foundation. You play him under death, or no, you don't. You don't get to play my favorite foundation.
What's your favorite foundation?
Face of a Monster.
No, you do not get to play that.
I keep forgetting. I keep thinking Melina's death, and she's not.
She's evil, void, chaos. As a Donovan deck, when you sit down across from Donovan, you have to be smart because the opponent is going to get so much advantage against you. You have to be so incredibly smart. So, like, I think the biggest way that you beat Donovan is you have to understand value in the moves that you do. If you just throw away bad valued cards, if you just play cards at the wrong time with poor interactions with your opponent, you're probably going to lose the game just because of the cards that he sees and the effect of your cards are not reducing his life points enough.
Would Donovan kind of crumble against somebody with like a win condition that tries to kill you in like one huge turn, or anything that tries to kill you over like in an alternate win condition like an Arcus? Like the way that I'm thinking is just like, how would Donovan do against somebody that's air ground smashing you to death? Like, I bring it up because it's the only deck that I really played.
That's fair.
But like, I feel Donovan doesn't do very well if he has to block multiple things in a single turn.
So the thing about,
or if he's losing to an alternate win condition, like something like Twinkle that doesn't exist. But
sure. So I mean, but the win condition of Twinkle does exist inside of Jeddah.
Yeah.
Which is something that,
and also like a Narcus has an alternate win condition.
Yeah.
Living bejesus out of you.
Yeah. What's your thoughts, Tyler?
About whether that would be good.
How does
I mean,
Donovan
like,
do against alternate
so-
conditions?
his entire thing is he wants to block.
Mhm.
Like, no matter what, he's gonna be. If he has the resources, he will block
Totally.
infinitely.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I think then the answer would be you whittle him down enough fast enough that if you do have a big, so like the one condition like in Akuma might be I want to do 27 in one turn. Or
Yep.
I'm going to do 29 in one turn. Where you would change it up against Donovan is I'm going to do 5 and 5, or I'm going to whittle it down a little bit fairly quickly that I can safely do like 16 in one turn.
So you think Donovan is better against the like playing against Donovan? You're better off just whittling damage against him rather than just demolishing him in one turn through multiple attacks.
So like I don't think so he's gonna block. That's the thing, is that what I'm trying to figure out is, so usually when you have a deck that just does an insane amount of damage in one turn, you're not gonna have a million cards in your hand, right? You're doing it with a few attacks that
Have you
just
ever
have
played Water Jackie.
right. But I guess that's like, but even in that scenario, you have 5, maybe a little bit more cards in hand, depending on how many you draw off of Air Ground Smash. Like, he's going to block, I say at most, like 2 or 3 attacks, like on average.
So if you can plan if you have a deck and you're worried about a Donovan matchup and you can play something more consistently that can survive 2 to 3 blocks in a turn and still kill you, then you're looking at a good matchup for you.
Yeah. I totally agree. I think Donovan's big issue is he'll block everything that he is able to block. And the only reason that he's failing these blocks is because of the cards in his card pool, not because of cards in hand.
Does it work against blocking Fatality?
No, it's a response.
So he
does not get to.
Okay.
Yep.
So an Arcus would not be a good matchup.
Anacris, I do not believe would be
Anacris.
a good matchup. Correct. And I think part of that issue is with at least under the death build, which I've had the most experience against, he actually gets to go through his own deck fairly quickly with things like takedown. No, I'm not going to block your takedown. You earned it. Mill your deck, please. You did 4 damage to me, and I'm just going to gain it back. Neat. Yep. Oh man, you milled a bunch of cards. Well, there are 4 copies of that foundation. I'll remove it with Fatality. I'll live Fatality. I'll play it again.
How about something like Warrior's strategy being like multiple? Do you think that's good against Donovan? Just like that'd be like one of those. If you'd be playing around something where he only blocks 2 or 3 things, like multiple would be one of those things that Donovan struggle against.
Yeah, absolutely. I think my deck would absolutely destroy Donovan.
So it's just like I feel like Donovan's like biggest strengths is those games that try to play like too fair, where they just try to 1 or 2 attacks like here and
absolutely.
there, and then try. So Donovan punishes like the people who are trying to play fair games and loses really hard to the people trying to play unfair, frail games.
Yes, I think Donovan's main thing is consistency, and if you can outrush his consistency or out-consistent his consistency, if you can play a lamer game than Donovan, which is incredibly hard, like Anacris, if you can play a lamer game than Donovan and capitalize off of these interactions of I'm playing Fatality and you don't get to interact with it, and I'm going to play this 4 times in a turn, and I'm going to mill you out, and I'm going to Fear of Women 3 times and dump your hand and all of this. There's the thing. Another thing that you can do is if you can figure out how to get rid of his hand on your turn. I think Reptile has a really good matchup versus him too.
What about people with throws?
So that's what I'm saying is, so his action beats throws.
Oh yeah,
So his action does beat throws.
But I mean that's like 4 cards.
Sure, but there are ways for him to put that on top of his deck and draw it after a block.
Oh yeah, he doesn't remove it unless he's doing the enhance.
Correct. He does remove. He does remove for both.
Even if he blocks with
Even if he blocks, it removes for both.
So how does he put it on top if he blocks with it and it gets removed?
So he can't do that. So he cannot take it from the remove from game pile.
So if it ever gets checked or something.
He's got like a once per turn ability after a card is blocked. He looks at the top 2 cards of his deck and can discard either of them.
It's a foundation.
It's a foundation, yeah, which he just plays 4 of. Like you easily can. I'm pretty sure it's a 1/5 no block. But like he gets to like tailor what he has, and then under that same thing, like I'm sure there's some sort of if it has the throw keyword, it probably has something along the lines of like if we look at Zangief's throw or even Gabrex throws. They have keywords, so we'll just tap a foundation and reduce the damage. Like, we're not even talking about that aspect of the character.
Yeah. I mean, I think for that one to come in, you have to have. It's like, I was just thinking about that. Like, when would he ever do that so that he wouldn't have to block? And I guess it'd be like early game, potentially.
Yeah.
And then if it has a bunch of keywords, but I don't know what attacks that have a bunch of keywords that don't also give themselves damage.
That's a fair point, but I can tell you as a character who gives -2 damage on almost all of my opponent's attacks, the -2 matters.
Sure.
Even -2 on everything matters.
But you're not.
Hey man, I can't block anymore. That does 2 less to me. I'm gonna live my next turn.
Right. I guess
I'll
it's-
tap Donovan. I can block anyways. Who cares?
Right. Yeah.
What if you bang Donovan? Does it become way easier to kill?
Yes, if you bang any character,
That was
they
gonna
become
be
easier to
next.
kill.
Yeah.
There you go. Play bang.
Yeah.
Any last minute thoughts on how to beat Donovan? What'd you learn? Tell me what you learned.
Well, when I played against Barrett, I was playing mainly vicious, so I'd find the problem foundations that he was playing, like ones that just stop me.
Okay.
And I'd just
Flip him.
force him to flip something, and I slowly just destroyed his field. Like, just being able to control Donovan in some way, shape, or form can actually give you an advantage. Just finding your way with your deck to find an advantage. That's the best advice I can give.
Okay.
Just finding what you're really good at and then just exploiting it against Donovan.
Oliver, that's very insightful.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else, fellas?
Maybe if I played against him more.
That's fair.
Do you think
Yep.
Donovan would be considered like the ultimate fair deck?
Yes. I think he is. I think he's like the definition of privilege. I think it's the definition of you interact. Like, he's Gil, but better. He's Gil, but he doesn't gain life.
Yep.
He's Gil, but he reduces the damage. Or he's Gil, but he increases the damage, and not for free. You said you liked Gil. Why is Gil so cool? Because every time that they play the game, you draw a card.
Yeah.
That's what Donovan says too.
But it requires you to also play the game.
Yeah. It does require you to play the game. So with that, I think we're going to go ahead and move on to topic 2. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Study Hall here on UFS University. I'm Tam. This is Cody, Oliver, Tyler. What Study Hall is for the unenrolled is we take a bunch of your guys' UFS topics as well as some of our own, and we sit down and we discuss them for your amusement, entertainment, and knowledge. So with that said, this is topic 2 of the week, and I want to talk about Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur 6 being pushed to not February 1st. Let me read you a Facebook post. If you have not gone out and liked the official Universal Fighting System on Facebook, Jasco Games pushes a lot of their announcements, like another announcement we're going to talk about here in a bit, out. And so I'm going to read the post. Greetings, UFS and Soul Calibur fans. The Soul Calibur 6 Universal Fighting System release is coming to stores Q1 of 2019. Yes. Our initial launch date for the set was planned for February 1st. However, due to licensing approvals, we are not able to give an official release date until Bandai Namco Entertainment Inc. gives us permission to announce it. Find more Soul Calibur and other 2016 release information here.
Oh man, is this gonna be another fuck Bandai?
They missed the date.
Who missed the date? Bandai?
Jasco technically missed the date that they had promised.
Yeah,
Yes.
but it could be a fuck Bandai thing.
It could be, and we want to try and stay as positive as possible. They are supporters.
Bandai is?
No,
Jasco.
Yeah. Well, Jasco's cool.
I mean, they might also hold the opinion a little bit. Fuck Bandai. If
they
were
might.
the reason.
They might. But I don't want to cast stones.
Hey, do you wanna hear something funny?
Please.
Bandai also banned other games. Dragon Ball Fighter Z almost got banned from Evo Japan
Why?
because fuck Bandai.
Oh,
Remember
okay.
Nintendo when Smash Brothers didn't almost get into Evo?
Yeah,
Because it was fuck Nintendo.
because it's the same thing.
Same idea.
It's interesting.
It's a fuck Bandai kind of thing. Bandai's like really sketchy. Everybody Japanese is really sketchy with licensing. Nobody likes giving out their own like product. But yeah, Bandai's been having some weird things. They had to hire somebody for their esports ordeal, people who know like what to do with their with their video games and publish them out to esports. I know that's been going on with them. But yeah, there was almost going to be a world where Dragon Ball Fighter Z and another game that they have was just not going to be allowed at fighting game tournaments whatsoever.
That's crazy. So the biggest thing that I want to do to bring this up is I want to make sure, one, the good people are informed. And 2, this is the first time that they've missed a launch date. I know they pushed Street Fighter vs. Darkstalkers back like a weekend, I think. But we had previews out. We had like all sorts of stuff. We've got nothing. It's radio silent. Is this cause for concern, Oliver?
Maybe it just depends on how big the situation is. Maybe there was just something that Bandai didn't like in the set. Maybe Jasco sent them something and they looked at one card and they're like, we don't really like that. There's something wrong with it. And maybe that got word of cause or something like that. It just depends on what the whole situation is between the two of them.
Tyler?
I don't think so. Like, so if it is a thing on like Bandai's side, where it's like, oh, we don't like, so like the same thing sort of happened with Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
They didn't ever put out an official date that Mortal Kombat was going to come out, but it did get delayed a lot because like they didn't like the art or the watermark was off or whatever.
Are you saying NRS just like hated everything? Like,
yeah, so like apparently
I think it was Warner Brothers, but yeah.
Yes,
Warner
apparently
Brothers was?
Mortal Kombat was very hard to get through because of the little things that they had to keep changing to make it to get it approved. And if it's the same situation here, then like it could just be like some artwork. Like I know a problem for Mortal Kombat was like they used the artists that they used. They were like, we don't like this art because it looks like, or so I've heard. They said we don't like this art because it looks like it's fan art and we don't want that. So like it could be something like that where it was like they just don't like the art of however this character was drawn, so they have to now get a new artist to draw all these new characters.
And they got 9 cards.
Yeah,
for a character.
Wouldn't that be a bummer? Just like just being an artist and just be like, look at all these cool things I did, and then just being like, hey, Bandai hated it, so no.
Yeah, we're not even sure if it's that. It could be the fact of like maybe there was a mess up at the printer, or it could be the fact that like something crazy simple. It could be like a myriad of things on the communication side with Bandai.
Yeah.
That's
this is all just speculation.
Yeah.
Like we've heard in the past.
Yeah.
And the main reason I bring it up is Jasco has not had a perfect track record when it comes to getting sets out. Last year was incredibly good. This year, we have started off with technically a negative. With that said, time will only make the sets better. Time means that we will be a little more prepared. Time means that like it was going to be a real bother to have this set launch on February 1st and then have to go to a PTC on February 9th. That was going to be annoying.
What was the sets that came out last year that like came out, you know, like as you said, they didn't have as many problems last year? What was the sets that came out last year that like seemed that they didn't have any problems? Because it really depends on like the company. When you're dealing with someone like Warner Brothers, like somebody big, Warner Brothers sounds like they're a nightmare to work with because they care about their image so much. And Bandai is a Japanese company that doesn't understand the world. Japanese companies don't understand.
So the biggest thing is Jasco's very good at not giving out false promises. Jasco's very good at saying, hey, this thing is going to be coming, but I don't have a date for you. It's here in 2 weeks. Have fun. Like just because probably because of how fickle these companies are. They said they gave us a date for Bebop and they hit it. That date was pushed back, but they were constantly speculating, hey, it's going to be the first of the year, or it's going to be the end of the year. And then Funimation does Bebop, right?
Sure.
Who does Bebop? I think it's Funimation.
I don't think Funimation owns Bebop, do they?
Whoever owns Cowboy Bebop, you can fact check me in the comments down below.
Oh,
That's Mortal Kombat.
It's Scorpion. That's Scorpion. What are you looking at?
We have a UFS poster.
Yeah.
Scorpion, you know.
But whoever owns that, we're like, actually, if you hold it off for like a month and release it in January, it's our 20th anniversary, and that sounds really cool.
Yeah.
And so like they were pushed back, but it wasn't because Jasco missed anything. And I think the biggest takeaway from this Soul Calibur thing is it wasn't Jasco's fault. Nope. Jasco didn't have anything internal that did it. They were very clear in their messaging. Hey, this isn't happening, and it's not our fault.
Hashtag fuck Bandai.
I don't think that's the hashtag we should. I'm not sure it's a stance that we should have, but
Free Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
Yeah, you know how hype it would be to have that in this game. Oh my god.
Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
Yeah, I played nothing but Cell, Gohan. Oh my god, Gohan, obviously.
Hey, guess what? There's a whole game.
Yeah, I know. And
where you could do those exact same things.
Yeah, but barrier's dumb. So, the biggest takeaway is I love the messaging that Jasco had.
Mhm.
They didn't keep us in the dark,
Mm-hmm.
which would be a very
Kind of.
Jasco thing to do. No, they didn't. They said, "Hey, it's not happening," and they
We
gave us
just-
plenty. They gave us plenty of warning. I'm pretty sure. Let me. I'll check the date of this post. This was January. This was an entire month out. They were like, "Hey, we haven't got anything because we're not allowed to." And this was the date that we set, and we promised we were going to hit it. And due to things outside of our power, we cannot.
I guess what I was saying kind of about was that we didn't get any sort of indication of where it might come up. But again, I guess it's not for them to decide really. So I guess they shouldn't give out any dates like, hey, it might be around here.
I just wish that they would be able to settle with Bandai and be like, can we show characters? Can we confirm what characters are going to be in the set?
Yeah,
That'd be super nice.
Just like leak as much as you possibly can
Yeah.
without making Bandai mad.
Even without art, I'd be fine with that.
It's so weird when you're dealing with somebody else's property, though.
Yeah.
Like, they're so stingy. It's also a Japanese company.
You've said that like 8 times now.
I know. I don't like Japanese companies when it comes to a lot of things. Esports is one of them.
Okay.
And they're notorious for being terrible about esports because they don't understand. That's why.
I think that's another topic for another show.
It's true. But it falls into this one. It's relevant.
Only the slightest
Only
bit.
a slice. Bandai's been having problems, so this wouldn't surprise me that Bandai's doing more problematic stuff for other companies.
So they also didn't give us any indication whether or not they're going to push the other sets back.
They did
right?
not. They did not. I believe that we are still on target because this is, once again, it's not a Jasco issue.
Right.
Yep.
It's the parent
Well-
company.
Has anything past Soul Calibur been talked about?
Yes. Asterix.
Okay.
It is in a living puzzle game. All of the names.
Wait, the game is called...
No. Listen up. Don't interrupt me. Don't you shut your mouth right now, Cody Johnson.
You said asterisks, and I was...
Asterix, it's been talked about. I'm explaining the situation. So there is a game that Jasco is playing where they have given out the nicknames, the in Jasco code names of all of the sets that they're releasing
Okay.
in German. And so they've told you all of the in-house code names that they have named these things in German. So we can figure that out and then decipher what the clue is.
I just didn't want you to look it up when you put
You
it
mean,
down.
you mean this thing called Google Translate?
Yeah, we've done that, but then it could be crazy like they called Soul Calibur almond brownies because it's Jason's favorite game and his favorite food is almond brownies. Like that's how crazy these could be.
They could also mean nothing. So like I know many a year ago, when I was getting a ride home from I think Gen Con when I volunteered there, Jason and Shane and me were in the car. I was sleeping
Alone.
and they were talking about the next set that was coming out, which what came out after Battle for Power.
Indines?
Okay, they were talking about Indines.
Actually, that might not be true. I think Indines might have been first. But either way.
They were talking about something, and the code names were just like peanut butter and jelly. Like they were talking about. I think we should do this with peanut butter. We should do that thing with peanut butter that we were going to do, and I think we should do whatever with jelly. And I was like, okay, and that was just the code names.
I'd spread so much false facts if I ever heard anything like that. It's like,
Yeah.
peanut butter, it's Ed and Eddie. That's the next set coming out.
It's PB&J Otter.
That was a Nickelodeon show,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah.
I forgot about that.
I would rather it be delayed than not.
Yep.
And that's my opinion on that. I would rather
Yeah.
I would rather be delayed than push something out that sucks.
Yeah.
I appreciate the messaging.
So here's the thing: though, is that are we going to get like a month of Soul Calibur before we get the next set?
That is
Hilarious.
an issue. I already have complaints about how the short of a lifespan the meta is of Street Fighter vs. Darkstalkers.
Yeah.
But like,
Well, not anymore, but
But I mean,
Yeah.
like, it doesn't sound like a lot of people are happy with the Street Fighter vs. Darkstalkers meta right now because it's just like bland.
I think that might be actually just an us thing.
Yep.
I've seen lots of people online who are completely content. We actually we actually had a very long post by your current reigning world champion Tim Keefe talking about the idea of a paint by colors deck and how that they're good for the game, where I just disagree with him. And like a really eye-opening post. Like if you've it's on our is Street Fighter vs Darkstalkers versus Street Fighter, which sets lamer. A really happy cheery topic.
Yeah, I can understand people liking both scenarios. I mean, like coming from something like DBS, being creative in that game was extremely hard.
Yes.
But like Magic is a little bit different.
Is it? When you're talking about standard, is it? Yeah, got you there, punk, huh?
Well, I'm trying to think.
Fuck you, Cody.
Right now, standard's very diverse.
Okay.
Just because they're printed it's because of the fixing. That's why there's so many fixers. Every color combination that you want to play has 8 dual lands, which is insane. That hasn't happened since the last Ravnica set.
Don't bump the table. Just kept picking some of the audio. I'm just letting you know.
Okay.
Is a bump of the table going to make your point better?
Yes.
All right, then go for it. Yeah, I get that, but I think we were talking about before I started yelled at you for bumping the table. I think we were talking about how
it's a different topic.
Yeah,
it's 100% a different topic.
Anything you want to talk about?
Start the Magic podcast.
Yeah. Anything you want to talk about for pushing Soul Calibur?
No, I think everything was just declared. It's just all up in the air, just knowing what the problem is. If they ever choose to really reveal the problem, hey, sure, but they probably won't, just so there's no ill will between them.
Yeah, the problem's just going to sound like a bump in the road, and then I think they're just going to be like, hey, here's a set.
Bandai, if you're listening, which I know you are, I want you to do 2 things. Number 1, I want you to fix this problem with Jasco Games. And number 2, I want you to go to patreon.com/TCG University and sub at the $15 level. We love you. So with that, we're going to move on to topic 3.
I will not sell out for Bandai.
I'm going to sell it for Bandai. I like that.
Dragon Ball Fire Z.
$15 easy. All right, everybody. I started that. I said all right instead of what's up. 3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Study Hall here on UFS University. My name's Tam. I'm joined by this fantastic cast. I've got Cody and Oliver and Tyler. What Study Hall is for the unenrolled is we take a bunch of your guys' UFS topics as well as some of our own, and we sit down and we discuss them for your amusement, entertainment, and knowledge. So with that said, topic 3 of the week.
One of our own.
One of our own. From one of us, the good people.
He's not here right now.
Oh, yeah, this is from James, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to talk about new PTC prize support that we're going to be getting. Not just for topping, but for participating.
Okay.
This was what we were supposed to talk about last week, and we forgot.
Yep. So it's a little old news, but here's our opinions. So the biggest thing about the PTC, and I'm gonna show you guys, is we're actually getting reprints of new cards. So this is, if you know the card High Seas.
Reprints of old cards.
What did I say?
You said reprints of new cards.
The reprints.
We're getting new cards that are reprints and alternate art of old cards.
This is High Seas Adventure.
Wait, that card looks so much better than the other one.
Than the Kraken card?
Yeah, the Kraken one sucks dick compared to that one.
Yeah.
Say that.
And the biggest thing about these is 2 of these cards have rotated or will be rotating soon, and they've gotten new watermarks. Yeah. So we've got High Seas Adventure, which watermark did not change. It will rotate with the World of Endings, and that's fine. But we also got a new version of Doge. I said Doge. With a Quick Man playing what's the game where you Limbo? Dang it. I was trying to say Limbo.
Okay.
Playing Limbo with some laser beams.
That
Laser
doesn't look
Limbo.
like Limbo. That looks like Human Tetris.
Okay, it looks like Human Tetris.
You put the laser beams in a certain way, and then you gotta.
Okay, and then my last one is Hyperbomb. Hyperbomb's coming back to the format, and both of these have the
promo
code promo symbol for Rise of the Masters. No, not Rise. Battle for Power. Excuse me. Okay. With base. And so they're going to be here for a fairly long time. And as soon as April comes around, at the end of April, I believe, Hyperbomb comes back. End of March, Dodge comes back. At the end of February, High Seas Adventure comes back.
So does that mean that they're actually going to be printed in the new sets?
They are not going to be printed in new sets. These are your participation prizes. If you go to a PTC, you get copies of this.
Specifically a PTC in that month.
Yes. And so if you go to a PTC in February, you get High Seas Adventure as a full art card.
Yeah.
And that's the only way that you can get it.
Okay.
So it is more incentive for you to go out and travel and play at these events. Not only it's $25 still to go out and you get this exclusive promo, and then you play the game.
Okay.
With me?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So participation, you get one copy of the exclusive month foil full art PTC promo as for each Swiss round completed. So you're going to be ending up with a playset. For top 8, you get a non-embroidered top cut PTC playmat, an additional foil set of the exclusive foil art card PTC promo. So you'll get your second set. For 5th through 6th place, you get 6 packs of the most recent set. 3rd through 4th place, you get 12 packs of the most recent UFS set. Runner-up gets a box. The winner gets a plane ticket voucher towards UFS Worlds or National Championship, which I think that has changed.
Is that pricing or just participation?
What do you mean it
That's
changed?
surprising.
That's
Pricing?
pricing. The embroidered PTC champion playmat and 2 boxes of the most recent set. So $25.
Okay.
And you're playing for a plane ticket, which this says that you can only go to Worlds or U.S. Nationals. I would love for you to message Ryan Pham and see if that is correct. We might get some on-air news.
Okay.
You get a embroidered playmat. You get 2 boxes.
So the winner comes out like a...
Yep, you gotta win the whole damn thing.
So the pricing structure now was top 8 gets a box, and then first. And
I
second
don't
get-
believe so.
Well, when we went to a PTC, is that what the standard prize support was, or
I'm
did
not
we get
positive that
bumped?
top 8 got a box. You got a box, yes?
Everybody in top 8 got a box.
Are you positive?
Yeah, because we all got a box, and then we get an extra box for getting into the finals.
Okay.
Because James, Jake, you, and I got a box for top 8ing, and then we got an extra box because me and you finals. And Tyler. No, Tyler didn't go.
Tyler didn't go. Tyler, did you get a box of Street Fighter vs. Darkstalkers at that event?
Technically. I don't like answers.
Because we came out with 6 boxes. We came out with 6 boxes just for participation.
Yeah. Okay. For topping, not participation.
Yeah, whatever.
Yep. I guess I don't remember that, but at the same time, it might be because of it being the pre-release weekend. And I'm gonna say this, and I don't.
Well, you've been to more
Yeah, I'm not
PTCs than
positive.
I have. Do you know what the price?
I don't fucking remember, Cody.
Oh my god, damn.
I have the worst memory of in the whole wide world.
Hey Tyler, you've been to PTCs. What was the pricing structure?
Oh God, I don't know.
How do you guys not?
All I know
Because
is you get a plane ticket.
you get a plane ticket for first. That's all we care about.
Yeah.
Okay.
And besides that,
I
like
think
the
you might also
the
get a
prize
box.
support, I'm fairly here's what I'm saying. I got 6 packs for being diversified in Vegas. I remember that.
Well, that's diversified.
Yeah. I got 6 packs for being diversified in Vegas. Besides that, I can't remember the last time I topped a PTC. I don't think it was inside of the Bebop meta.
Okay.
I missed the Omaha PTC, and then I went to Collinsville, and I went to Nationals, and I went to Worlds. But besides that, I didn't. I don't believe that prizes were as this stacked towards first, which is the point you're making.
Well, I mean, the prizes for first are this actually worse than when you won that PTC.
What do you mean?
It says you want to get a plane ticket to 2 specific locations. Instead, you got a plane voucher for wherever in God's name you want to go.
Yes,
So
I believe.
that's better.
Mm-hmm.
You also got 2 boxes. I guess like the plane ticket going wherever you want instead of just Worlds or Nationals is I guess the only thing different. But you still got 2 boxes for winning, and you just didn't get a playmat. Or no, did you get a playmat?
I did not get a playmat.
Okay.
There have been no playmats given out for PTCs, which I think is like the biggest deal, the biggest change up.
Yeah, I guess
That was
I
not
got a
that was
play-
not
I
given
got
out
a
by
playmat.
Jaska. That was given out by the store that you
Yes.
that you played at.
people do like their playmats. I wish they'd make cloth playmats because I like cloth playmats a lot more.
Cloth playmats are very cool, but I think playmats themselves, especially one that says like March PTC winner.
February 6th.
Yeah, March PTC winner, first place grand champion. I think that's totally worth
Yep.
Yeah.
it. And even I top 8'd, and it could be, how sick would this be? That the champion mat is different from the participation mat. So your top 8 mat is going to be different than the other mat.
Or
Because one of them is embroidered in the first place is embroidered, the other ones aren't, which means that they have to be printed differently.
well, as long as one of them just says champion, that's the only thing that matters.
Well, they have to be thicker. They have to be on a thicker. It's a thicker mat when they're embroidered.
Well, I'm just saying it's like the DBS playmats. Like I have two winter mats for DBS.
Totally, but for nationals, tops got a different playmats than participation. The tops mats were embroidered. What I'm saying is it possible that they pick a different card for the winners of those PTCs?
So like what they did with also DBS.
Yes.
Yeah, DBS, you got a different playmat, I think, or the art got extended. That's what I think they did. So it's just like you got like a different artwork, but it's the same artwork, just more of it. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
It's like they zoom out the camera.
Oliver, you've never been to a PTC.
Never went to PTC. You're right.
Does this entice you to go to a PTC? Be honest. Be brutally honest.
It just depends on like the dates of them, and then all on my schedule. Like any person, like if I can get the days off, cool. It might be enticed to go to one. It just all depends on my weekends.
Before, would you have gone? Does this put any? So the question I'm asking is the new price support. Is it more enticing to go now, or was the old way more enticing? With the if you top, you get a little more product, as opposed to if you top, you now get this playmat. It's. Do you want cards? You want these things?
I think it's cool. I would definitely go. I'd probably go a little more now because it actually helps because me being not as good as players like other people, obviously.
Don't sell yourself short.
I'll sell myself short all the time.
All right, go for it.
But not being the best, I go with the intention of playing. And hey, I get more proc for going to play. Hey, that's cool. I've gone to many of like regionals and local tournaments, and I don't even get as much as that. So yeah, I would definitely go to a PTC.
Cody, you've been to a singular PTC. Got second place because you don't know how to block fatality. Does this entice you to go more? I understand that you don't own a card collection. Does the mat, the plane ticket, the all of this?
So if I was somebody who was self-supporting, if it would be more, it would be more worth going as somebody who didn't have anything. Getting something for even like if you just have a rough day and you just didn't do as hot as you thought you were going to do, but you still come out with something. It's normally like the best feeling that you're going to receive of like throughout the whole entire day. It's better than like an all or nothing ordeal. I've been through a lot of win it or come out with nothing situations, and boy, do you want to throw a chair against the wall when you barely miss prizes.
Absolutely.
Yep.
17th place blows.
Oh, losing out of $300 blows.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a rough one.
Tyler, same question, man. Does this entice you more to go play more?
Absolutely.
Why? What's the thing that
it's
sold
really
you?
just the cards. Like I really want these exclusive cards.
Yeah, the promos look cool.
Yeah.
So it helps
so
that
like,
they chose cool promos.
Yeah.
If you're looking for card value, I think this will definitely like work. Because I know like James is definitely a person that if he didn't get to go to one of these PTCs, which he's definitely trying a lot harder to go to these PTCs now, he would just buy 4 of whatever the promo was just so he could have it.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
you get 4 of them.
Yep.
Now, are they going to be foil?
Yes.
They're all full art and foil.
You ready? I just want the playmats. That's all I want.
Well,
I want the playmats so bad. One of my best memories is winning the Omaha PTC or the Omaha Regional in Yu-Gi-Oh and taking that playmat and just like I topped and I earned this, and now I get to show off my accolades. When you sit down across the table from me at locals and I sit down with a regional topping mat, you now have that respect.
hey, where'd you buy that?
Hey, where'd you buy that? And I go, I earned this. This is a trophy that I get to play on now.
With my wallet.
Yeah, I earned it with my 9 to 5. But no, I earned that. Just like I used to play on my my Chun-Li mat from the first Premier Store event that I went to. I played on the mat for a very, very long time.
Yeah, the mats are pretty cool.
Yeah.
I have the ones I got from the Nationals. They're literally in my kitchen table, and me and my roommates will play like DBS or White Shores on them.
Yeah.
And I have both the Sub-Zero and shout-outs Phil Birch.
Shout-outs.
He was nice enough to give me his Toasty.
Yep. Toasty from Scorpion.
Yep. From top 8 teams. He was nice enough to give that to me.
It's my biggest regret from Nationals is not topping in teams.
Yeah.
I'm so bummed.
You wanted that bad?
I wanted that mat so bad.
Sorry.
I guess I'm a little on the other side of that spectrum. I don't like playmats.
Really?
It's because I own one playmat that I was lucky enough to be able to purchase, and I love that playmat more than anything
That's fair.
that I have. So it's just like anytime I ever get a playmat, it just goes right in the closet.
Yeah, but like as you can see, we have a Bible thick of there's at least 50 playmats there,
True.
just
Absolutely.
hanging out, just collecting dust, honestly. But there's something magic about like, look at this thing, playing something new every time.
I guess.
But that's different opinions.
I do like picking up a new playmat every single time I play this game.
to each their own.
I dig these prizes. The biggest thing that I missed is diversity prizes.
Oh, do you not get
Yo.
anything for diversity now?
I don't remember seeing anything written on that sheet.
So
I think they need to be as good as top 8.
I think they should give you 8th place prizes.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
But maybe not a playmat because of lack of bringing. Like 4 people get diversified. I'm not bringing 4 extra playmats.
No, I
I also feel
think
no. I don't think you. Sorry.
no, you're good.
You either get a bummer playmat that says diversity on it.
Oh my God.
Just a generic playmat that says I got diversified, and then they could put like a playing and then just like a line, and then you have to write the character you got diversified with,
man,
and they have to force you to write it down
Dude,
so
dude.
you remember it,
that sounds rough.
Dude, that's,
and then you get to
actually-
take that home, and you
That
get
actually
to.
sounds funny.
I've got
happens.
another thing about diversity, which is like a very side tangent. But Oliver, you're gonna say?
And you get to throw one chair.
I think I don't think they really had to bring out diversity prizes because if anything, they're probably just gonna be like, hey, they're the same as how diversity has always been. So I don't feel like they need to bring that out, to be honest.
But diversity feels bad.
I understand that.
Oliver, you don't understand diversity.
Tim,
You don't.
I come from Y Shores where usually the top 8 there are 6 decks that are all the same. So I understand when you have to play.
It's called a good
6
card game.
Yeah.
Diversity feels bad, and I do not want pity packs for feeling bad. If I go undefeated and lose and get second place and am diversified, I do not want garbage prize support. I do not want worse prizes than somebody who went 4-3 and rolled the dice to get in.
Are we gonna go on Pepper Jacks here? Are we gonna Pepper Jacks conversation this again?
No, I mean we're not.
Oh,
we're not.
is that-
We're not doing that. But what I'm saying is if prize support for diversity feels bad, then what are you doing? I love the prize support that we have now. I dig it so much.
What do you get for diversity right now?
I don't know.
Well, no.
Oh,
no,
right
no,
now,
yeah.
6 packs.
6 packs.
6 packs.
So that's what 8th gets.
That's what I'm saying.
And
Yeah.
you should
I don't
also-
want to be like 3 packs or whatever. Like I want
but if-
to make sure that it's at 6
Now, if
packs.
you get diversified and there's a playmat at stake, would you be more upset, or would you rather want the you got diversified playmat?
See, here
The
is
feels bad playmat.
here, man. This is very much a tangent, and we're not going to go on it. I can talk about it more on off air. But I actually had the idea for at majors, a diversity playoff during finals that you had its own separate mat that was like king of diversity, and it was a playmat that was only got diversified. It always had troll characters like Dan Hibiki. Like, could you imagine strongest style, the playmat strongest style with Dan just like, and then we had like 4 people get diversified, and then they play it out, or we had even more people at nationals scoop that last round and bump all the way out into 17th and lower place. Could you imagine if they were like, man, I could give you the win, but I'm going to play for the diversity mat. I'm going to get the same prizes as that and an exclusive only. I won the diversity. I got luck sacked in 1 round, and Jeremy Ray ran Jackie all the way to the top. Dang. She ran it all the way. I got 3rd place as Jackie.
Yeah,
I'll just give you the win.
They're trying.
It would stop that.
They're trying.
Asterisks.
That's like one thing they should work on is how to work on diversity to like make it not feel as bad.
I think they're working on it, and it's definitely a topic for another time. But I think having a diversity playmat would totally fix some stuff.
Yeah, because Magic's trying to also kind of do the same thing for players in a sense, where bribery, like scooping and stuff like that.
Yup.
Bribery is becoming an issue.
Yup.
They actually
Collusion.
Well, they reduce the penalty in Magic now for bribery.
Oh man.
It's not a DQ anymore; it's a match loss.
Wow. It's kind of like the point, huh?
Yeah.
I'll-
You used to get disqualified for it though, and you would probably get like
Man.
very punished by WotC.
White Shorts feels bad.
Why does bad stuff happen for bribery and white shorts?
No, it's just diversity doesn't exist. So
Yeah, it doesn't exist in Magic either.
yeah, literally top 8, it's all the same deck.
Different games.
Yep.
So with that, any last minute thoughts?
So this really doesn't have a whole ton to do with it, but
I do like the pricing structure though.
I think this might have confirmed. So like, this is.
Spit it out. Oh my God.
I'm trying to think of how I want to word it, or
Please.
how I could even possibly word it.
We'll wait.
It's like, this maybe confirms that we could possibly get the old Mega Man characters back. So like, I'm saying that because
Are you saying like in the promo set?
just in general, like we could have another Mega Man set.
It could be one of the hidden
like,
sets.
The
Yep.
thing, so like, what I am basing this off of is that
because the promo cards come from the Mega
when
Man set.
they did have the King of Fighters set a long time ago, they could no longer print the cards because they no longer had the rights to it, so they couldn't have any art with. They couldn't print any new cards with King of Fighter characters on them at all. But now we have a new Bomberman card. He's not Bomberman. That's a different game. And a new
Man, I wish.
Quickman card. So
You're saying it's possible we have Bombman 2 and Quickman 2?
yeah, that we at the very least could have. They still have the rights to those sets.
That is
Probably.
a little off topic, yeah.
Yeah, it was just something that I sort of realized later on.
Did Ryan Fam ever talk to you?
No, Skylar's talking to me.
Yeah.
But the promos are cool. I like promos. I like full art promos. I hate that they're foil because I hate foils. That's just me.
So with that, we're going to go ahead and move.
Hold up. Does this also mean that we're getting a new promo eat for the rest of the months too? Because right now it's only the first 3 months.
I believe so. I just don't
Okay.
think they're spoiled.
All right. I just didn't never see anything about that and was curious.
So with that, for the third time, I'm going to try and end this video. We're going to go ahead and move on to topic 4. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Study Hall here on UFS University. My name's Tam, and I'm joined by Cody and Oliver and Tyler. What Study Hall is, for the uninitiated, we have taken a bunch of your guys' UFS topics as well as some of our own, and we sit down and we discuss them for your amusement, entertainment, and knowledge. So with that said, this is topic 4 of the week, and this is the chill out section of this podcast. We're bringing this baby into the station, and what I want to talk about is something I know nothing about, and that's Soul Calibur.
Okay.
We know nothing about the card game Soul Calibur, but you two have some fairly... You've played Soul Calibur, yes? Have you played Soul Calibur 6?
Yeah.
Perfect. Have you played Soul Calibur 6 at all?
Not 6, but I know some of the characters in them.
Perfect. I have not played Soul Calibur since 7th grade in middle school. I played Soul Calibur 2 on the PlayStation. I know. I'm bummed. I'm one of the biggest Legend of Zelda fans I know, and I've never played as Link. And you've never played Soul Calibur, correct?
I did play for like 5 minutes. Very old when I was like in middle school.
Yeah, let's go. So the questions that I have, and let's try and keep it as on topic, although I'm fairly positive this is going to go off the rails. What I need from you is, what do you think Soul Calibur is going to bring to the game? You can talk it as broad or as specific as you'd like, understanding these are wild guesses. We've done this with every set we've had so far.
Weapon attacks.
What's so many weapon
Everything's
attacks?
going to be a goddamn weapon attack.
Yep.
Everything.
Yep.
Guess how many punchy characters there are? 0.
None?
There's not a lot of... Maxie would probably be the most punchy character. The dude with nunchucks.
There is no M in that word. It's none.
None. Did I say
None.
nunchucks?
Yeah, you're like
None.
numchucks.
Nunchucks.
You know what happens when they hit you? You go numb.
That's when they chuck them at you.
Yeah.
You don't know? That's why they're called nunchucks. Nunchucks.
Because nuns use them.
Right, they're holy.
I think that's the only punchy character.
Maxie was the only character that I played as, actually.
Yep.
In the
Weird.
games. It was Matsu and Mitsurugi. And Keelik. Keelik's got the bow, right?
Keelik's the bow staff. Yeah.
Yeah, Keelik was hype.
Uh,
Are there any range stuff? Do we get the range keyword?
Range?
Because I'm pretty sure like that's part of the reason like Link was so good was because he had like arrows, yeah?
I'm trying to think of who has really
Arrows,
cool-
bomb,
Yeah,
boomerang.
really.
And so
I'm
like
trying to think.
we didn't play. There's not a fireball game, is there?
oh Jesus.
Do you think we're getting Geralt?
No.
No.
Geralt is in Soul Calibur 6.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Geralt does have a ranged attack.
Mm-hmm. I think there's not a specific character that's all considered ranged, but each of them has a ranged attack of some shape or form.
I'm trying to think of like other characters that have a ranged attack. I can't think of any other ones other than Geralt.
Yeah.
Geralt just has like the lightning ball that just goes straight, and then everybody else is like
They have moves that get them in fast. That's the most range that they have. Moves that just bring them in real quick. Like I know Tiara has a one where she just jumps up and just brings her circle sword in.
Is that the girl that teleports?
No. She has a circle sword and it's like a hula hoop.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
The hula hoop girl.
Yep.
She's my favorite character, the hula hoop girl.
Is there any UFS characters or any UFS support that supports weapons really, really hard?
Death.
Death weapon at least used to be a thing. I believe. I mean, all of Alice's support. So all death, evil weapons are very good.
Yeah, because I think like any character right now, if there's a character that's in standard that has like a lot of weapon support, that seems like it could be abused if they just get more of it.
Katana.
Yeah, katana stuff.
So I think any character that has a weapon support is probably going to get pimp my ride. Exhibit's going to take a visit.
Nightman, who's not Flail Man, which is what I wanted to call him.
Yes, Flail Man. Yeah, he's got weapon slam stuff. I expect a bunch of fury stuff. I'm just not like punch kick range tech is going to be non-existent. They're not going to do any tech.
I want Siegfried real bad.
I feel like Siegfried's coming in. Him and Nightmare.
Is there an action card called Parry?
There might be from old sets. We can look it up.
Soul Calibur, if they're gonna make like a universal action card, Parry would probably be one of those.
Yeah, I'd feel Parry would be a big one. Yeah, because that's the biggest part of that game is being able to parry
forward.
Parry EX card. Those are big like common knowledge terms that people use.
Dude, there's like 20 Soul Calibur sets.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure some of them are just like from the little starter deck things.
Yep.
Yeah. You're not gonna look up the word parry. You're just gonna look through every card.
Yeah,
I dig it.
Why not?
Why not?
All right.
I think like I'm a little worried about the limitation of keywords. Like one of my favorite things about the Mortal Kombat set is I actually felt like every keyword was represented. I cannot think of a keyword besides maybe safe that was like not well represented. But we've also had like there were some random safe cards so that characters like base and whatnot could be used.
I think there's gonna be like some characters that might get a lot of range keywords if they have like Khalik will probably have like a range keyword of some sort just because he has that freaking staff that goes a mile away. Anybody that has like any of that kind of like long range attacks, I feel just will get it slammed on with a ranged keyword. And then throw, if they make Astaroth will be very throw heavy.
Yeah.
Same thing as Siegfried. Siegfried will probably have range. It's like biggest sword on the planet. I'm assuming
Nightmare as well.
I'm assuming Siegfried's going to be in the game and Nightmare's going to be in the game, which will be probably really dope.
Who are the two characters on the sleeves?
Siegfried and
Sophia?
Sophidia.
Yeah,
Something like that, yeah.
Sophie.
Sophitia.
Yeah, they are confirmed, and I'm fairly positive it was confirmed that they are the two decks that fight each other.
Okay.
Whenever we get the starter decks.
Those are probably two of my favorite characters in Soul Calibur. I really just like Sword and Shield Girl. That's what I call her because she has a sword and a shield.
Yeah.
And it's the only character that has a sword and a shield. Even though I played Geralt in that game.
Because you're a fanboy?
No, because he's nuts.
Damn it, I don't know what you're talking
Sounds about right.
Soul Calibur 5, Dampierre, let's go.
They also from Soul Calibur 5, they didn't bring in the character that I played, which was, I think, Viola was what her name was. Is that her name in Soul Calibur 5? The girl with the orb.
I feel like it, yeah.
Yeah.
That's Manat from Street Fighter.
We're not talking about Street
the
Fighter.
actual same character, though.
Yeah.
The ones in Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
I'm trying to...
Do you think Yoshimitsu's going to be put in? That's another Bandai Namco.
We have Yoshimitsu as a UFS character already. So Yoshimitsu has existed in
Did they make Tekken?
In UFS, yes. Okay. But I'm not positive whether it's Tekken or not.
Yeah.
If in UFS. I'm not positive which is
I don't
which.
think they should bring him in as a Soul Calibur character. I feel they should save him for Tekken if they ever touch Tekken.
If not, he could. If they ever do decide to maybe like put him in, maybe they'll make him as promos or something.
Then there's like a high chance that if Bandai doesn't, well, like if Bandai approves of like all the Soul Calibur cards that they're making and they like approve of like the publicity that they give from it or something along those lines, there's a high chance that they might let Tekken go through because
Yeah.
Tekken's a really big title, and boy would I like to play like Warong and Beck and stuff like that.
No idea. I haven't played that game either.
No.
I used to go to. I
Yeah.
sometimes go to Beer Arcade, which is a local drinking establishment. And
That
got a
has
buddy-
terrible cabinets.
I've got a buddy Mitch who plays a lot of Tekken in the upstairs cabinet.
Yeah, they have Tekken 4 there or something
think
like
so.
that. Tekken 3 or Tekken 4, I don't remember.
Is Yoshimitsu in the Street Fighter or in the
Tekken.
Soul Calibur section?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
So he might come back.
There's a
Yeah.
Yoshimitsu.
Okay.
I don't know.
Cool.
I feel
Cool.
like he'd have a lot of safe attacks.
Maybe.
When I'm hype about his Lizard Man, I want him back.
Lizard Man?
Yeah.
Oh, did they like bring...
There's
was it a
3
ki-
Lizard Man characters, so.
Oh, man.
Soul Lizardman.
I'm trying to think of like what other super fun characters there were in Soul Calibur. I can't like think of the roster off the top of my head. I know Astaroth would be like really cool to bring.
Or
I mean-
Waldo.
Ivy.
Yeah, Baldo. Ivy, yeah.
I bet. I mean, she might have some range stuff,
She's
right?
got assets.
I wonder if she will play with assets.
That'd be pretty
That'd
sick.
be interesting.
That would be pretty sick, actually.
Who's a
Revealing the assets.
here's a revealing asset. That'd be funny. Here's what I want, only for selfish reasons. I want Cervantes to exist. Is that his name? The pirate, the zombie pirate guy.
Yeah, Cervantes. That's one. Yeah. He has a gun.
Own-
a gun.
Only because I think the costume would be sick.
That would be cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Arr.
And I'm super down to go
we
be a
have,
pirate at
Yoshimitsu.
Worlds.
Cervantes de Leon.
So down.
What do you do?
I didn't do anything.
Oh, Raphael.
So what do you think Soul Calibur should bring to the game? Like we've said a bunch of weapon stuff. We said probably lack of range and tech.
Throws.
You think throws are gonna make a comeback?
Throws are pretty
we
big.
haven't really had throws in like the past 2 sets.
I think if they print Astaroth is going to be a throw character,
Okay,
seeing as he's a throw character.
that makes sense. Sense.
I hope Safe actually makes reappearance.
Is it hard to reversal in Soul Calibur?
No.
There's certain times where certain attacks are
Very
safe.
hard to read.
Yeah.
So sorry, I'm interrupting you.
No,
Like
you're
the
good.
worst.
Explain.
So Soul Calibur is fundamentally a game. Soul Calibur is like fundamentally like a game of just like reading what your opponent's doing
Mhm.
and punishing everything that they do unsafe. And if you can read what your opponent's about to do, you can fuck them up.
Okay.
But it's also a game of like being really aggressive and having a lot of different like doing like a different line of attacks every single time, so your opponent doesn't know like when to parry and they're just kind of stuck blocking. And if they block too much, then their guard breaks and then you get to mess them up.
Cool.
But most of the like super good people, I got to play like one of the better dude who got second at Denver Locals when the game first came out,
Okay.
and I got messed up. But like you can kind of tell like the difference between like a really high level strategy versus like somebody who's a little newer to the game. Like newer to the game, you kind of like focus on spacing a lot more, and then like higher level play, they just rush you down as fast as they possibly can, and they make it that every option that you see like seems really unsafe, or like you can't attack or something like that because there's just a move swinging at you. So one of like your biggest plays is to just do a guard break, or not a guard break, but just to do a parry, and then you get a free attack after that. So that's kind of like how the back and forth goes in Soul Calibur, and it's really fun. There's a lot of sidestepping. Ooh, that would be a good card. Just like sidestep.
We have it. It's called Dodge.
It is called Dodge, but sidestep's way cooler.
Man, you know how sick it would have been if they reprinted Dodge as a Soul Calibur card,
And then
as a Soul Calibur promo.
Yeah,
Man, that'd have been way cooler. Fuck.
there was a card called like Stage Kill, right? That
Like
was
that.
printed before.
We have Stage Kill right now.
Stage or
Ring Out.
yeah, Ring
Ring
Out.
I believe Ring Out was a card. Yeah.
If they reprinted that card was like busted, wasn't it? Or
No, I think that card is actually pretty fair. From I want to say Shane was talking to us about it on after the Poughkeepsie, or the Collinsville PTC, excuse me, after the Collinsville PTC, and like, you had to have like 2 of them and some condition, whatever. I know a lot of the vets of UFS got into the game playing Soul Calibur. Playing Soul Calibur. Do you think Soul Calibur is gonna have an influx of people? Do you think Soul Calibur is as good as like a Mortal Kombat to get people in?
I think a lot of people like Soul Calibur's characters more than they like the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that might be just more incentive to bring them in. Then.
Yeah. So I feel like if people like characters, that normally attracts people better than them liking the game a lot more. Well, when Street Fighter came out, did it get a lot of influx of people?
It got enough. It got enough. It wasn't really until Cowboy Bebop when the meta changed and
I feel like if they make anime, I think anime brings in more people than fighting games do.
Absolutely.
Because we're not Japan.
Totally. Oliver, what do you think?
It just all depends on what characters come in and stuff like that. I think like a lot of my friends who played Soul Calibur, they love Soul Calibur because it's just this long story narrative that's also a fighting game. Street Fighter doesn't really have that to the degree of Soul Calibur. So maybe people will just come in because, this character has been in for so long and the lore behind him is just so cool. I want to play him in this card game now because he's a really cool character. He's my favorite character. I think if they choose the right characters and the right support, I think there'll be people that'll come in for sure.
I think the thing that Soul Calibur has that's really cool is all the characters look really epic.
Oh yeah,
that's
is true.
That's like one of the kickers. Like characters like Mortal Kombat, there's some that are kind of boring. Like Kano, in my opinion, is like a really boring looking character. So like on the appeal of if you didn't play Mortal Kombat or knew nothing about Mortal Kombat and you're going in to play a card game that involved Mortal Kombat, and you'd see certain characters like Jackie. Jackie's kind of boring looking. You know, it's not like Jax. Jax is way more, robust, where he's got 2 metal arms.
He's more robot.
He is. Yeah, he's more robot.
Yep.
Street Fighter's got a lot of boring characters. Ibuki, who's just like your standard run-of-the-mill ninja.
Yeah.
Ryu, who's
white fighter and red fighter.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you got Soul Calibur, who's just like Siegfried, who's got this long, flowing golden hair and this giant armor. And then guess what his weapon is? The biggest sword you've ever seen ever.
Made out of crystals.
Yeah. And then you get to see Nightmare. And then you're just like, who's Nightmare? It's like Siegfried, but he's got cooler armor and a sword with an eye on it.
Ooh, how exciting.
No spoilers of the Soul Calibur story.
Sophitia, whatever her name is.
Sophie.
Yeah, we'll go Sophie. That works.
Sophie, I think, is like a pretty kind of a blander looking character, but still cool. Like her shield is really colorful and her sword's, pretty standard dagger looking.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like everyone's like armor, like just looks pops. Like they just look cool.
Armors and weapons. I feel like each character has this weapon that just looks very badass, and they do badass things with this weapon.
And characters are also super defined by their weapon, which is also like another thing where people kind of like find a lot of relations to it. Like Street Fighter, normally the character that defines you in Street Fighter is more of your play style, and not what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
When I feel Soul Calibur, it's the other way around, where it's just like my character looks cool because I like looking cool. People like. It's like the people like Donatello and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Damn right. Donnie's hype.
It's because his weapon's awesome.
Yeah.
He uses a staff.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
And he does machines.
He also does, he's also the nerd.
So with that, before we jump onto Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the fact that I think it would be one of the sickest additions to UFS, I want to bring this episode to a close. Thank you so much for watching this episode. If you like the content, please do all the cool YouTube stuff. Like, comment, subscribe.
Power Rangers or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Would you write that down on the board for next week? Because that sounds hype.
Wow. That's topic 4.
I need a week. I need a whole week to talk about it. If you truly like the content though, and you want to throw us a couple bucks, go to patreon.com/TCG University. We've got some pretty rad stuff going out, and because of your support, we get to make a bunch of really cool, interesting new content. So thank you guys very much, and we'll catch you in the next one. Stay learned.
All right, see you guys.
You did that already. Stay learned. Been learned. Get learned.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.